Welcome to Telltale Books videos. I'm Greg Kirkman, and this is another in the Stephen King Night Shift series that seems to go on forever. This is got a lot of stories, and I'm getting down there, but we've still got a few to go. And this video is talking about number 31 on my Stephen King bibliography, Strawberry Spring, which is just a short story. It was published in November of 1975, once again in Cavalier magazine, and of course collected in Night Shift, which is where I read it. And the synopsis of the story is simple. It's a campus in a New England town. I'm assuming a mythical New England town. And takes place in the early springtime. Strawberry Spring refers to an unusual time period in spring, really late winter, where you get spring-like weather that lasts a short time and then it goes back to winter, kind of like Indian summer in the fall. And during this time on this college campus, you have women turning up dead and dismembered. And reporters, without knowing who was doing this, the reporters named the killer Spring Heel Jack, referring to a famous Victorian serial killer that predates Jack the Ripper. To tell you anything more about the synopsis would be to spoil it for you, so I won't. You should read it. It's a pretty good story. It's not a great story. It's not one of King's best, in my opinion, but it is a very enjoyable story, and really leaves you with more questions than anything else, but does, in hinting at things, kind of resolve the story. It's pretty well written. It's Stephen King. He's a good writer, and the story is a good story. Moves along good, written well. The descriptions are good. Not really a horror story, more, well, a lot of people call serial killer stories horror, like Silence of the Lambs is generally classified as horror. I consider serial killer stories thriller, because horror I always think of as having some kind of supernatural element, or a monster, or something more, a monster or something more mythical, something that's out of the ordinary, something extraordinary about it. Serial killers happen in real life. So stories about serial killers are too close to real life for me to, I mean, I get why we call them horror stories. They're not like Lovecraft. Um, they're not like Carrie. They're not like The Shining. They're not like Haunting of Hill House. They're, you don't have ghosts. You don't have werewolves. You don't have vampires. You have real people who are doing things that happen in real life. There's nothing magical or mystical or supernatural about it. So I think of them more as thrillers, but they are still horrible stories. I get that. So definitely recommended for anybody who loves Stephen King. It is a good story. It is Stephen King. Recommended for anybody that likes short stories and likes serial killers. But not one of his greatest stories. And so, have you read Strawberry Spring? Leave your comments. Tell me what you think. And our next Stephen King video will be, again from Night Shift, a story called Weeds. It's number 32 on my Stephen King list. And I hope you'll come back and join me for that video and all the other videos we do on Telltale Books. Until then, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button so that you can be sure to see all of them.